Hello everyone, how are you going? Welcome back to Mini Motorways. We're on the expert tour of the world. This stop is Moscow. Well, that is a nice spot in terms of just nothing in the way, no bridge, no trees, nothing whatsoever. So I just get to keep my bridge. And I guess for now, I will just connect both of these guys in for a split second so it doesn't pile up. And then look at this, deleted immediately as well. Whoa, I will absolutely be taking that. Thank you very much. I mean, I was about to say I can't really remember too much about Moscow because I don't feel as though I've played it in quite a long time. But hey, if this is how it wants to be treating me, just coming back to this, I will take it. But yes, my favorite time of the week, especially when there is a motorway on offer, and so I'll be taking that nice and easy. I mean, I definitely don't need it because look at these guys, they're spawning right there. It's insane. Just look at that. I could not ask for a better spawn in terms of, well, off the start here. After a while, they might be too close because I can't get too many in, but that is a long way down the road. See, and I don't even need to block up. This has just been brilliant spawning so far. I mean, I've got the yellows. Okay, that's a little bit more annoying just given how close it is to that guy, but I can deal with that, especially considering that every other one has been super duper kind, and so I guess there was always going to be one, and that's hardly the worst thing it could have done to me. Okay, that's a little bit more annoying. You're just getting a little bit claustrophobic with the blues there. I mean, I do appreciate that you're spawning them all in one spot, but I also don't appreciate that you're spawning all the buildings in one spot. Either way, already back to my favorite part of the weekend, so I guess considering I will be having to cross that river at some point, I think that bridge is just going to be the only thing I ever take besides the motorway. There we go, everyone is at least connected at the same point, so that means they can all get deleted at the same point as well, but look at that, cars can just flood to the rescue, no worries, it's still a fairly easy way to get around. I guess I shouldn't be pushing it too far because I'm just not sure whether I want to be connecting them in yet. I mean, to be honest, yellow and white can be connected in for all I care. I don't see them getting any better than that. It's just the blue that I definitely don't want to be connecting in just yet. Watching, pausing, deleting. There we go. Okay. God, that looks so scary how dark that is. But the fact that I now have a third yellow, it does start to complicate it because that means that everyone is just on top of one another. Geez, they're just spawning in building after building after building. I mean, at least this time we will get my second motorway, and I'm only on 85 points, so I can soon connect things in for the better. But look at that, everybody is flashing, all 7 of them at 85 points, with one of them being a double building. That just seems a little bit rude. Either way, once again, that is everyone connected in. I still have to wait for a couple of road tiles to come back to me, but that is why I have not drawn straight over the top. And then, here we go. This is what I actually want to be putting down, my nice clock straight up the top, just to make sure that no one goes where I don't want them to be locking in. 3/4, 3, 2, it seems to be pushing it. There we go. I got a green in right before I needed to delete everything, but there we go. It's a beautiful way to go about it because you can just really push it right to the very edge, and honestly, there is no way that I would ever push it that far because they look locked in, but it is very, very close for a reason. To be honest though, I finally have the one thing that I do remember from Moscow, and that is the green, and so he's nice and easy. Once again, it's just the fact that it's not the closest, and it does require a bridge unless I pump him straight up there. It really depends what else is going to be spawning in there, but I am now at perfectly 100, and so before I get confused and conflicted and just not remember to delete things, do I want to be joining anything in? Honestly, this guy makes sense to join in, but considering I can use the motorway as a clock, I don't think I will. I can only imagine that in the long run, I'm not going to have any blue spawn over on the left, and so I believe that it will just be a motorway just from the right pocket to the left pocket, but that is fine. I can deal with that, and especially just now that I have a white there, that's a little bit annoying as well because that is a long way, but I guess if I was to motorway them across, then I could either piggyback on that or just ship them all the way through and past. Well, alright, another green. It's certainly not the hardest thing considering where everyone has spawned in, but geez, I do have a lot of buildings on the screen now. What do I have? 10? 10 at 186 points, and not a single one besides motorway 1 connected in just for the sake of it. But once again, everyone is connected in, and hopefully there was just enough cars on the screen to be able to take all those pips, because like I said, I was going to leave it, but then I went, hang on, that is just not going to be right. Either way, another week down, and so just continue to accumulate all the infrastructure motorway it is, because I can definitely use it somewhere, I'm sure. Come on everyone, there was only a quarter of the entire clock left, and I'm still seeing a boatload of pips on the screen now. Is a little bit okay. Just I was about to say pausing it right there, but I would have paused it either way for that blue, because that's either another bridge or another motorway. That little island over there is just the bane of my existence, or at least it will be. However, looking around, I really do think that it's about time that I just start permanently connecting people in. I mean, like I said, for some of these there is just no better way, but as long as I don't chop it off, I guess I can have a few more people in the mix, or Or do I take the blues? Oh, there's just so many different options because everything is available. I mean, to be honest though, looking around, I do have a lot of people that are actually in a fairly decent spot. Like that blue on the left just means that a few more blues should hopefully spawn over there. The greens will be fine, even though the green buildings have kind of stuffed me up in terms of the bridges. Yellow are just obviously godly. Blue are just blue, and then white's also pretty awesome as well. And so even though it's very, very chaotic, it's also very organized in a way. It's strange. And then the question truly is, now that I'm, oh wow, that's 3 times my usual threshold, do I want to be connecting anything in? Yes, I do, but can I? As I can't exactly afford to be locking a bridge in somewhere and then making it obsolete 2 seconds later as someone goes and spawns right where I originally wanted them to spawn. Ooh, but I think that is the final straw, especially with that white upgrading. That would definitely just break the camel's back if I do not do something about it. So I will, wow, okay, delete that motorway and I will take a bridge and then I will do everything that needs to get done. Look at that, I had white spawn right there and yellow spawn right there, and even though I think there's usually a yellow that spawns over on the right, I'm just going to peel for them for that guy, because that means that neither of them need a motorway. That is 2 motorways I just gained back. And look, after all of that, I just get away with not using a single one of my motorways. I will just put it in for a clock just in case a random building spawns in and I go, oh, I just wish I could change it, but there we go. Is anyone going to be spawning in? You've got mere seconds before. Ooh, there we go. Look at that. It is basically spawned a building every time the clock is in its final minutes, but hey, I will not be complaining about the fact that I have it, because that means I can delete the roads if I really need to. Besides that, is there anyone that I need to change? Honestly, I think everyone else should be fairly happy with what they've got going for them. It is only going to be this left side, just trying to make it so I don't use every single one of my bridges for 3 or 2 buildings. And so there we go. All of a sudden, at just under 400 points, everyone is being locked in, and ooh, another challenger enters the game. Honestly, depending on how I want to go about doing this, I'm almost thinking about just taking a roundabout instead, but oh geez, you were just really reaching for the stars out there, aren't you? That is really quite painful, the fact that you would go that far out, and I'm out of road tiles, so there wasn't really much I could do about that. Either way, I'm down to my final motorway, and I guess the next week will truly just make me decide whether I do just need to get a roundabout to be able to control that bottom left traffic, or can I just get away or even need a bridge. I just wish that I could have a few more blues spawning up here, because that would be unreal. It would just allow me to once again pump them in there, but not just have one on it. I mean, the only difficult thing with that is the fact that I do have greens down below, and then I also have to get purple in there, and then also another blue. So really, I just need more blues, not where they are at the moment. Oh no, and now that entire corner is just completely popping off with that purple as well, and so I'm about to be at the end of the week, and that will be my final weekly upgrade choice. And so, do I wait for that and then just make the decision? Maybe. I think I can afford to just wait, what, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, come on, there it is. So that I have 3 bridges, and if I was to do what I want to do, I would need at least 1, 2, and then who knows what, but do I need 4 over a roundabout? Oh, that is the tough question. I'm all of a sudden realizing that my main problem is blue, and for so many different reasons. You know, I have 5 buildings and I only have about 10 houses, which is always just ridiculous, especially when they are this spread out. And by spread out, I mean across 3 separate different island rivers, whatever you want to call them. And so that just requires so many resources that you just never get in expert mode. And so, I think I just don't know. It just depends who spawns where. If I could just have a few more blues spawn up the top left, that would just be a game changer, because then at least I could just go, okay, at least I've got them. I can use them if I need to. Or if I just completely knew that I was never going to get them, then I could manage that as well. It's just I don't want to make things obsolete. I think, to be honest, my best bet is just to ditch the entire roundabout, because even though I love what the roundabouts can do for motorways, just if I don't take the bridge, I might get completely caught out just by not being able to get where I need to get. And so with then 5 bridges in totals, 4 motorways, that is a lot of different access, and that will be fine. So there we go. Bridge it is, pausing immediately, making sure that nothing is just going to get locked in that I don't want to. And then now that I've got everything at my disposal, who and where is going where? I mean, first things first, I do believe the purple are going to be a major contributor to me either dying or staying alive, so they will be needed all the way across the other side of the map. I will connect everyone in that I can to that road, but I'm almost wondering, if another purple was to spawn next to that blue, then I can bridge these guys down like this and just join them in. Just join them in. So that just puts me in the position though. Do I want to bridge the bottom guy? Do I want to bridge the middle guy? Or do I want to bridge the left guy? I mean, I think all of them kind of need their own bridges. Anyway, let's just start to see how this entire thing goes. As I believe that I can afford to leave most of this in, I will be deleting Motorway 2, but Motorway 1, there is no other way to be possibly doing purples, or at least not for the next 4,000 points, of which I will not be getting 5,000 points on this map. So there we go. That is a boatload of people just joined in for good, and then just making sure that I just supplement people where they're needed. Motorway 2, chuck it out, then Motorway 2 again, just coming up to here, and oh, that is not what I wanted, but oh, that is exactly what I thought was going to happen. But look at this. Let me just tackle this one step at a time. Yellow goes in there, purple comes up. No, not via a bridge, not like anything like that. Just go straight across. This is exactly what I thought was going to happen, and that shows you the power of just a little bit of knowledge of the map. However, currently I'm just preparing for an absolute onslaught from purple. Look at this, they just keep coming. What? Why do we need so many? Can I just change the color slightly and give me more blues? Oh, well, I guess once again yellow is just doing me a favor. Thank you very much. I will join you straight in just like that. And I've also just realized now that my eyes are on the top right that, well, it's about to be the end of the week, but the main thing is that I've passed 1,000 points, and so at least I cannot die in just triple digits. Ah, oh, yes, that is exactly the perfect spawn that I was talking about, that it could not be better, especially because I already have a whole bundle of people on there. It's a bit of a long way around and I wish I could bridge it, but there is no way that I'm shortening that up because I am going to need the bridges elsewhere, especially because I cannot figure out what to do with this bottom left Motorway 2 blue. Alright, okay, a bit of white everywhere, but can I afford to be, I guess... Oh, I don't know where people are going to be spawning, but I think that is going to be really my only option. Oh, I don't like that one bit because that is a lot of greens going to one location, and so that almost requires a motorway from another spot, but all the other greens are just pent up in all the other whites, and complicated. It seems so easy, but it really just could kill me. I mean, hey, at least one good thing is the fact that I'm very quickly just on my way up to 2,000 points, and I do have a few greens that I've just noticed spawning in, which I can definitely afford to just pilfer over to here. I wish I had them a little bit earlier because now they're going to go to the wrong areas or just cross over where you really don't want them to be crossing over. Oh, that is an absolutely disgusting intersection. Look at the amount of cars that are piled up there. I think after all of that, I should probably just take them this way, and I wish I could disconnect that. It's so annoying. See, this is why you shouldn't connect things in, because you end up having to deal with this in expert mode. It just stuffs you around. Ooh, I've seen that yellow over there, but I'm just too intently watching this motorway too. There we go, because those blues are just about to crush me. I still just can't believe that I haven't really had any more blues spawn in for such a long time. I had this many blues since virtually the start, since I had 2 buildings that just spawned all of them and then just ran away. But honestly, what am I doing? I'm about to be at 2,500 points and I still have 3 spare motorways and 2 spare bridges, so there has to be something better I can do. I think for green, firstly, I should just definitely bridge that across, get that done. That'll just make a massive difference to all the other traffic over there. And then blue, yeah, I'll connect you back in, even though that bridge is now a little bit obsolete, is the annoying thing. Is there anywhere else that I should be using a bridge just before I go and do that? Purple would be lovely to take a whole bundle of traffic off, but I don't really think it needs it. I think there was just a bit of a lag there, just because, well, they have to go up and over and so many of them left at once. Oh yeah, there we go, just a few frames, just how we like it. But hopefully just with that green bridge, everything should just calm down a second, and hopefully also those purples can just make it to where they need to make it. Oh, and another blue up there. Another greatest. Wow, geez, I just don't have enough things. There we go. Okay, 2,500. You're connected into that line. Nothing I can do about that. So you go up there. You go up there. You guys just all go into connected into there. That is going to be the downfall of me as well, if the green isn't already. But oh no, this is just completely devastating for me. I guess I've got 80 road tiles, so I might as well just start using them as I approach these 3,000 points. Oh, this is just going to be a very, very ugly map all of a sudden, but I still have 1 bridge left, and so what can I do with it? Honestly, I think what is going to extend my life the most is just connecting a boatload more purples in. There we go. That is all the infrastructure I have, bar 2 motorways that aren't going to come back to me for quite some time, but I think what's going to be best for those motorways is just to go where they've been for, I don't know, 2,500 points now, and just go straight to blue. But honestly, when you just do have a rainbow road like that, you are always going to be in for one hell of a time. And look at that, no one's even really pulling in. I guess they're just going to the other ones, and that is always the problem. It just doesn't seem to be able to prioritize it. And I did mention that, but look at that. No, yep, there was no way that was ever going to be surviving, and I did call it as soon as it spawned in. I called it going, that is going to be the end of me. Either way, just making it all the way up to 100 days on the dot, that is always just a massive benchmark. To even just climb the mountain up to 100 days is impossible almost on expert, but at least for me it is, and so to hit 2805 is certainly pretty darn decent. Even though I did have a motorway just waiting in the wings that was kind of being used, kind of not being used, at least I used every single last bit of infrastructure I had, and so you can't ask for much more than that. Either way, let's just have a little look, because I always like to see what is going to be. Load, top 1%, that's how I like it. Ooh, 17. I can only imagine that over 3000 would be very, very juicy. But anyway, in saying that, I reckon I'm just going to call it there. So thank you for watching this episode of Mini Motorways. If you did enjoy the video, feel free to do the YouTube algorithm things down below. Also, if this is the first video of mine that you are watching, then make sure to go check out my other ones, or hey, maybe you even just want to consider subscribing so that you don't miss another one of these in the future. But all in all, have a good one and see ya.